This is plywood that's covered underneath the plastic that we've had here for 2 months, and all these other boards to help with the flooring of our house. It's all getting ruined because Mr. Martin has decided that he doesn't need to do any more work, I guess. He brought in this big dumpster bag that is full and has been full. All of this stuff is garbage that we can't get put in there because there's no room. We don't know how much it's going to cost us to take care of that issue. We have this bench thing that's his. We have the sawhorses are ours, but this is the toilet out of the guest bathroom that he tore apart and has left us high and dry for the last 2.5 weeks. Not okay. We have this mess here with the door that he put in. It wasn't a part of the original contract, but we bought everything to put the door in, and he did such a crappy job. I can't even believe it. He's torn all this stuff up and hasn't come back to fix any of it. And our floors are still not level. Our house is still not level. This is July 3rd. We started May 2nd. This is July 3rd. This is the first bedroom that we started on. We just about have it finished, but we don't have some of the trim boards for the floor that need to be done. But at least the top flooring is in, but it's been in since the mid-May. So this is just crazy. Now we have bedroom number 2, and that will be coming shortly. This is July 3rd, the second bedroom, which is supposed to be Bob's music room. We bought doors to put in all the bedrooms because the other doors were pretty trashed, and the frames were broken. So we went to replace those, but Bob and I painted the ceiling and the walls again in this room. But Mr. Philip Martin has not finished his part of the job, and he we had to wait on the paint because he put the flooring in before we were able to get the painting done. But the subfloor is still wonky. So this wall here still needs to be textured properly. He just told us he was going to do that, or at least bring his hopper in so we could do it, and he's not done any of that. We need to get the room emptied out, at least enough to where we can replace our fan, because we do have a fan to put in here. But Bob and I did most of the work in this room, and the flooring that Mr. Philip did, Mr. Philip Martin, is still kind of wonky a little bit, but they're leaving huge gaps along the walls and stuff. This is blue tape that they put down so that it doesn't look like there's a hole in there. This is again July 3rd. He ripped this apart 2.5, almost 3 weeks ago, and we're still in the same condition. My husband and I are trying to get the living room and kitchen painted. But he told me they were going to replace all the drywall in this room. And so they had ripped a big hole in this wall and to put the electrical in, and then they punched holes, brand new holes in the kitchen side. So we had to fix those. And do some other stuff. We need to get some electrician in here to help us out, because they started doing this and we had to rerun these wires because they had them pinched. And you don't want pinched wires with electrical. I really don't want a house fire. This wire here is dead. We took the tester to test that out. But we were gonna increase the size of this door frame. So when I bought doors, I bought them all to be the same size. And I don't know what we're gonna do now. This is July 3rd. This is the living room space. We're still trying to get the floor leveled. Mr. Philip Martin has decided that he doesn't need to finish his job. Bob painted the ceiling and the walls that we could get done yesterday. So we'll do I'll do a second coat on it today while he finishes up the kitchen, or starts the kitchen while he cuts in the kitchen. And this is wood that we took off of another part of the house that Mr. Philip Martin put up, because we wanted it put up here, and we were going to do it ourselves. We told him we would do it ourselves, but he took it upon himself because he didn't want to do more he said he was too tired to do more physical work, basically. Well, this is a mess right here. This just pisses me off. So we're going to have to take this down and redo it ourselves, because he didn't do it in a nice way or a proper way. He left us with this huge mess right here, so we can't paint or anything until we figure out how to get it drywalled and mudded properly. They decided when they put the roof header in for the opening that they would rip this 2x4 out, and there's a spot here that's higher than the rest of the board. So we're not sure how we're going to be able to get that fixed. But he hasn't put drywall up here to put the boards up. And this is live wires right there. So that's live wire right there. This is July 3rd again. So anytime you have a red and a beep, you know you can't be messing with it. This is July 3rd, 2024 again. We've got some things covered because we've been painting, and we're getting ready to start painting in the kitchen. Mr. Phillip did not come back and texture the walls and that, so, or finish this electrical. So I have no way yet to even cook, and we still don't have all the electrical put in the way it's supposed to be. We're going to be painting in here today, and hopefully we'll be able to get it looking a little better in here. But we had to actually do the mudding and the texturing ourselves without proper tools. Again, July 3rd of 2024, this is the inside part of the slider. They did a horrible job. There's a huge gap that you saw on the other side, and this is what they tried to do. They tried to caulk it and try and cover it up with caulking. Not okay. But this is supposed to be our laundry pantry room here. That door is supposed to be gone. And we're going to replace that floor or that door, but it has to wait until we get the floor done. And the floor is still not done in this room, so we can't start on anything else until the subfloor's complete. And as you can see, we got huge gap. This is huge. Not okay. That's almost 1.5 inches probably in width in that hole. He did do some plumbing for the washer and dryer in here, which was not in our original contract, but he said that was fine. He would do it for us because we had extra money. So when he asked us what we wanted to do with the extra money, that he could give it back, we told him no, we'll just keep using the extra until we are finished. And he just did not, I guess his idea of extra money is wherever we're at. I don't know what he meant by extra money, but our house is still not done. And we have a mess to clean up, and the floors, which were in the contract, are not complete. So July 3rd, 2024, we had to get a metal gate to keep the dogs in and out of rooms that we're working in to keep them safe. This is our bedroom. We've been in limbo with it. None of the mudding's been done yet. It's a mess in here in the closet. That was, again, part of some work that we need to do, but this room has not been touched since we moved in, and that I can feel the subfloor is leaning towards the living room space. It's hard to live in one room basically with 2 dogs. This is insane, and I wouldn't be so upset other than the fact that he just doesn't show up for work. We're 2 months into this project, and on the days that he shows up for an entire day, things get done. But when he only does a half day, or he doesn't show up like the last 2.5 weeks, then it's just crazy. But right in that gated area and the door areas where we got a slope. July 3rd, 2024, master bathroom. We're gonna widen up that door so it's a little bit bigger, but we can't do any of this stuff until the floor gets fixed. This floor is so bad that we're afraid to take a shower. So we're down to like 2 showers a week because we're afraid to take the shower. If you take a look in here, this isn't mold. This is a gap between the subfloor and the frame of the house. This is part of what he was supposed to be fixing, and he told us that he included the work in at least this bathroom in the contract, but because when he lifted the floor, it was going to break all the tiles and everything, so we were going to have to replace it all. Well, he hasn't even gotten to our bedroom or bathroom, and so we haven't been able to use our bathroom like we should. So we're getting a little closer. If anybody knows an electrician that can help us out, we could sure use one. We were left kind of hanging and dangling here with not knowing what to do with our contractor, but we managed to figure out how to texture walls without a texture gun and some other things. So our kitchen is starting to get there, but this is what it's looking like so far. So this is July 4th. Yesterday on July 3rd, we finished the second coat in the kitchen. We still don't know what to do about electrical and plumbing. But we have the second coat in the living room done. We've got our new fans. The ceiling's been painted. And we started putting up the registers again in the ceiling. So we really need to get this wood taken care of, but that's going to be at a later time. So this is July 7th. I'm outside of our house on the one side where we have some grass in the house, and I wanted to give a little bit more of an update. We've been trying to get a hold of the contractor to get him back to the house to get some work done and clean, or at least clean up his mess. He is ghosting us. He's not wanting to talk to us. He is not responding to our texts or our emails, and has not. So the 6th of July, which was Saturday, I had gone to Harbor Freight and walked in, and him and his co-worker were there, or his employee were there. I don't know what to call him. So I asked the contractor when they planned on coming back to the house and getting the work done. And he started coming up with excuses about how they were sick and how he didn't like that when we were trying to get our stuff from him, that we told him we were going to call the sheriff's office if we didn't get our stuff. And he's coming up with all kinds of excuses as to why he didn't want to be at our house fixing it. And so we are now left with a mess back here. But when I continued to talk to him, it finally came out, and I said, well, you can't just tear our bathroom apart and our house apart and not fix it. And his response was, yes, I can, in a very cocky, I've done this before tone. So we are pretty much out of funds with no way to fix our house. And we need so much help. It isn't even funny. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry, but it's so upsetting for him to sit there and say, I don't have to, after he tore my bathroom apart. And he didn't even do the work correctly. We had another contractor come out, and just to fix the floors of the stuff that he did is going to be another $30,000 that we do not have. Neither one of us are working. We're supposed to be retired. My husband's supposed to be getting Social Security pretty soon, but that's like $1,000 a month. So this guy stole from us, and this other contractor that came in and told us that it was going to be $30,000 just to fix the floor, that this other one had a contract, by the way, and a paid in full invoice, by the way. And now he's refusing to fulfill his contractual duties. So, anyway, but we're working on it, but we don't have money for a lawyer. We don't have the funds to fix the house now. And we don't have the skills or knowledge for some of this to do. So that's where we are. It doesn't matter how well you vet your people to do the work. If they're bad contractors and whatnot, they're going to find a way to steal from you. So this is the update. This is July 8th, 2024. Thank you.